Imagine going into every game knowing that you are going to win. By the end of this video, I'm going to take you from being a beatable player right now into turning you into an unbeatable player. These are all tips that I've learned over my years of teaching and playing Madden at the highest levels where I've built unstoppable offenses and lockdown defenses. Each tip here is going to help you win more games. Corner routes are one of the most annoying things to defend in the game, but we have a way of slowing these down, so stay with me here. I'm going to talk about it. On defense is what I want you to do. Click the right stick in. We're going to scroll down to our zone drop curl flats, and we're going to turn these bad boys to 20. Sometimes they'll need to be bumped up to 25, sometimes down to 15. 20, though, is a really good number for us. Now, let's go here and call any defensive formation. I don't care. Run whatever you usually call. But we're going to go to either Tampa 2 or we're going to go to cover 3. Let's go Tampa 2 right here. What I will always do is press Y or triangle, go down on the right stick first. That's going to shade my coverage underneath to get hard flats out there. Then, on the side of the corner route, whatever side we think that's going to be, here it's probably going to be the right side because there's 3 wide receivers there. I'm going to put a curl flat on that side. So you can select the defender, go right on the left stick. That's going to get a curl flat out there. Now, what you'll see here is that this curl flat, when we look at the play art, he's dropping back to about 20 yards. This guy actually does a really good job at defending the corner routes. Watch right here. He's going to get out there. We try throwing that corner, and it's going to get played, and that's without me clicking on at all. You might be saying, well, Civil, why are we shading underneath? Because typically, whenever you do something like this, or whenever they run a route combo where they have a corner route, they're going to have a route going underneath it, right? Usually people do something like this, where, you know, they have maybe a drag coming back across, whatever it might be. And so you want that shaded underneath flat on that side to help against the underneath route. What we're doing is called a Mabel coverage, where we have a short flat zone, which is a hard flat, and then the deep flat zone, which is the curl flat. Let's watch right here. This is going to be another version of a flood concept. And guess who's not open? The corner route's not open, especially you get a click on going right there. It could be a pick, it could be a swat. It's great defense. So let's talk about one of the new, most annoying routes in Madden 26. That looks like just a normal flat route, but it's actually a speed flat route from the halfback. What do I mean by that? Well, here is the stock halfback flat that comes on this play. We'll talk about the play in a second. Here is a hot routed one. Notice how where they cut is different. The hot routed one cuts deeper. The speed one that comes stock cuts shorter. The reason this is so good is because he cuts shorter, he's actually able to get an outside angle on the majority of zones that you go against. Now, it's not going to be hard flats consistently, although it can sometimes, but it's going to beat pretty much every other zone and man coverage. Let me show you something, okay? Let's go here. We're going to call it cover one hole, get some man. Right here, got that linebacker lined up right above him. Go here, throw it as he cuts, and you see, we're able to get outside this man coverage. So we're dictating that the defense has to hard flat out here, which really starts to kind of set the tone of what they can and can't do. Now, this is going to be out of the play spacing switch in the Gun Bunch X Nasty. And let me just show you what this play or what the flat looks like. You see it right here. But this can be found at other plays like spacing switch from other formations or things like stick, etc., etc. Just a lot of plays that have these stock flat routes. They can get them. You just want to look at the play call screen or on the field for the short cut, as opposed to the deeper cut. Right there again, see we outflank that flat for easy yards. It's an easy read to make, and it makes offense a whole lot better. You could run an entire route combo around this too. Also, you have huge play potential, like a one-play touchdown like you see right here. Good job, Jameer. This is a surprisingly good defense that I think you need to start running because it forces a lot of rage quits, okay? So, I don't care what playbook you're in, and the defensive formation doesn't matter a ton as long as we have 4 down defensive linemen. So really just need 4 defensive linemen, okay? Nickel wide could do it. Nickel 3-3 over could do it. Let's call it nickel 3-3 over. And then we need to select the play cover 2 man. So let's go find that right here. Most formations have it. Cover 2 man right there. Okay. First thing we want to do is press wire triangle down on the left stick. That's going to get press man coverage across the board. Now I want you to spread your defensive line. Left on the D-pad, up on the left stick. And on one side of the D-line or the other, we're going to put a hard flat and a spy. So right here, I'm going to put a hard flat and a spy, and now we're only sending 2 people. Because we spread our defensive line, we actually get a nice one-on-one on the edge, and you can actually see how good that can be. This is a style of defense I've ran a good amount this year, and I think is an awesome mix-in. Not something you could do every single play, but something that if you do it and time it well, it can catch your opponent off guard big time. Now, I like to user the high safety for 2 reasons, okay? Either side. One, he helps a ton in run defense. This isn't bad run defense at all. It's not the best run D, but it's not bad by any means. And then 2, we are going to have deep responsibility, first and foremost, But if nothing's attacking deep on the side, we can actually cheat inside and look to use our crossing routes or other things like that. Again, this setup is really simple. Just spread your defensive line, press, and then create a hard flat and a QB spy on one side. The QB spy also does a kind of a shocking job. Right there, he kind of bugs out and goes defends the flat. I don't know why. That is a thing QB spies can do sometimes. But a lot of times, the QB spy does a great job of just sitting in the middle of the field and kind of just like helping play things, honestly. We go here again. Right there, you see that QB spy? He almost acts as like another inside defender, so just food for thought. This style of defense can be found in our dime normal defensive scheme on Civil.gg, and over there we have full offenses and defenses built for players of all skill levels and game modes to help you win more games. Right now we have over 2,000 active members, and you can get 30% off by using the link in the top description and using code CIVIL30. This will unlock every offensive and defensive guide on the site, giving you exactly what you need to start winning more games today. So earlier we talked about the speed flat, and now I want to give you one of the best pure route combos to run with this speed flat route. This route combo can also just be run in general from a lot of formations, but right now we're in the gun bunch X nasty and the play spacing switch. You can find this play in all of the formations on the screen right here. And the setup for this, it's gonna be a few hot routes, but stay with me because you're gonna want to run this play. Okay, we're gonna curl route our ISO wide receiver and our point wide receiver. Then we're gonna custom stem both them up 2 ticks on the D-pad. Wire triangle, select one of them, hold left bumper, go up, up on the D-pad. Same thing for the other guy. Now we want to drag our tight end and return route our outside bunch wide receiver. Play looks like this. Our first read is going to be this flat. If it's there, we're going to hit it. If it's not, we're going to work our eyes back inside to the drag and the return route, okay? So immediately we're reading the entire field underneath. We go here again. Oh, we have the flat. Awesome. Get it. Get to the outside. Bang. That's how you want to throw that, by the way. Throw it quick. Get to the outside. Let's go again. Here we are. Got the flat. I'm not going to throw it this time just for the sake of working my eyes back and show you guys more of the play. We had the tight end drag, though, in the seam. We had the return route again. Return route drag. Just going to do a great job against the lot. Go here again. This time, actually, let's hit that curl deep down the field. Curls are open around the same time as one another, and you can see how they can be kind of a lethal force together. Right there, they get open. We just get hit. We'll drop back again. This time, we're going to throw it. This time, it gets man, able to make that catch. You want to throw it a little bit like as they're turning around. I threw a little bit too soon right there. Worked out okay, but just want to point that out. Have the flat, not going to throw it. We're going to have X actually. Boom. Right there. That's a great example of throwing that curl deep down the field. And that's what it's going to look like pretty consistently for you. This is going to be one of the best pass wins in the game. You can do it from a lot of different formations. Go back to the speed out, though, or speed flat. He kind of bumped right there, but still open. Easy play. The reads here, we're going to stay underneath, and we're going to work over top. Here's one of the coolest defensive secrets that no one really seems to talk about. This is the idea of the manned-up user switch off, okay? What do I mean by that? So, you may be familiar with switch sticking, which is the idea of we have one user defender on a play, then mid-play we switch to another. That first defender we were on, when you get off of him, he's going to go play his original assignment. Let me show you what I mean by using Humphrey out here. He's in a hard flat. I'm usering, I go inside, but when I switch stick off, that hard flat goes back to the hard flat. Makes sense, right? He's a CPU defender. He's just going to play his original assignment. Now, let's say there's a really annoying route on a given play that we're trying to defend or an annoying receiver in someone's offense. Let's call it the tight end here. What I can do is man up my user onto him, right? Hesitate in the middle for a second and then switch stick off. What that's going to do with good timing is allow my user to, or my first player user to go man up onto that guy. Let's see if we get a better example than what I did right there because that was kind of a bad example. This can be a hit or miss thing, by the way. We go here, boom. Now we're just going to stick with him the entire way and that route is bagged. See what I'm saying? This is a really good way to take away annoying routes, especially things like crossers, corners, and posts, all throughout a play. We man ourselves up again, boom. Now he's going to stay with him the entire time. Whereas if I didn't do that, watch what happens. Right? We're going to do our same switch stick, but from here, boom. Now that route's just wide open. So notice the difference right there, right? If there's an annoying route, one of the coolest things we could do is man our user up onto him. Then when the ball is snapped, we hesitate for a second, go user, then we switch stick off, and we're able to go keep and make that play. Really, really big. We use this to stop corner routes, curls, things like that. Imagine someone keeps on hitting you with a deep curl route. Let's say, again, to B, we'll call it. Oh, I'm sorry, to A. Man him up. We're here, right? Boom. Switch stick off. And now we're in great position to defend that curl. This is something that all the best players use consistently. They man themselves up onto a player, then they switch stick off to help defend that player even better. Right there. We're in the middle now. right? Everything's back. So I'm in I-form close right now, and I just ran halfback stretch for a pretty good gain, I'd say. That's awesome. But this play, I see, oh my goodness, they're in run defense. They're in run defense. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna audible up into the gun bunch spread nasty. But wait, Civil, how did you just audible from I-form close to gun bunch? How is that possible? That is done by using the gadget at halfback package. So in any formation, you can do this, but I like this a ton out of I-form, where with the right stick, we can actually choose gadget at halfback. Now, if we go into our coaching and go to depth chart, we can put a wide receiver at the gadget. And the formation is going to put the gadget at halfback, which means Adam Thielen, who's our gadget, is going to be put in at halfback. So guess what? That puts a wide receiver at halfback, letting us audible to some cool things. Now, the other thing I'll do with this is go to my fullback spot and put a halfback at my starting fullback, because what we're going to do here when we call a play like stretch and we go up against whatever is Jones, our halfback, is at fullback right now. When we audible up, he becomes our actual halfback. All right, so we can still run the ball technically. This gives us a ton of flexibility where we have some of the best runs in the game if they're running, oh wow, skirt. Where if they're running some kind of heavy blitz, we can just run stretch, right? They're running mid blitz, let's run stretch, let's get out. And that's Adam Thielen doing that. Pretty good. And if they come out in run defense, guess what? We can just audible into whatever passing set we want to and call good passing plays from this. This is one of the coolest things that got shown to me recently by a guy named Hexseed. He's kind of a younger dude in the Madden community, but he just dropped an entire scheme. Nice. He just dropped an entire scheme utilizing this concept from the Vikings offensive playbook over on Civil.gg. It's been one of the best schemes that we've really probably ever released, and one of the most unique by far. Again, you come out in something like I-form, and very easily, you're able to audible up and have access to the best passing plays in the game. Really cool. A lot of people make a huge mistake on defense in this area, and it's actually not on the actual football field at all. Rather, it's in your coaching adjustments. So I want to make sure you don't make any of these mistakes and just copy these, okay? Click our right stick in. We're going to have auto-foot defensive play call on. Unless you're an advanced player running an advanced defense, please just keep this on. This will keep the strength of your defense aligned with the strength of their offense. Quarterback matchups, never change this. This results in a ton of bugs in the game. Like, for example, if you go by speed and you contain, sometimes your DBs will just flip sides or your zones will all flip. Very annoying. Keep this at balance. Defensive motion response, we can go default or disabled. Essentially, this is in zone coverage if your players will move when they motion or not, when the offense motions, up to you. Option defense, read key, we're going to go conservative to focus on the QB on read options. That means they're going to have to hand it off. They're not going to get any big play QB keepers. On the option pitch key, we're going to go focus on the pitch. That way, when they run a speed option, they have to keep it with the QB, okay? That, for me, causes more fumbles, and we're able to hit the QB, which is cool. RPO read key, same idea. We're going to go conservative here, focus on the QB on read options, RPOs. RPO pass key, this one is bugged. It very rarely works correctly, but we go conservative here. I want my pass key to play the pass coverage assignment, not play the run. Now, for these, we want to leave these all at default. We do want to consider moving our curl flats to 20 or so. This will help out against corner routes, and we just have our curl flats at our disposal whenever we want. Safety depth and safety width, I like to go close and pinch. This is going to help protect seams whenever we're running a cover 3 or a cover 4 defense. That is my coaching adjustment, so keep in mind, some of these can change based on your preference, but the big deal is that you have at least an idea of what you want here. I highly recommend these. If you enjoyed that video and you want to learn schemes that'll make you unbeatable, check out Civil.gg. You'll be joined over 2,000 active members, and for 30% off using code CIVIL30, you can unlock everything you need. All right, link to that is in the top description.